Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another Crafty Christmas at DoLallyCrafts. Today I can't find the card that I'm supposed to be making. It is sitting around here on my desk somewhere, but do you think I can find it? No, I can't. Okay, I don't have anything prepared. I'm in a rush today because my son's birthday celebrations are happening in Melbourne and I've only got roughly half an hour to get all of this done before I've got to get ready to go. So I've brought in the paper scraps. This is one of the Santa's Workshop. I'm using this a lot and I absolutely love this paper. I've actually got another delivery that arrived today. So this is the cardstock we're using. I've got a card base that I haven't finished making yet. I've just cut it to size. I've got a layering piece and I've got the DSP. All the measurements can be found on my blog, but to start off with, we have this piece which measures 11 inches by 4 1/4. And I'm going to bring in my scoreboard and I'm just going to score this in half at 5 1/2 inches. So that's all we need to do for the card base, and that's done. Now, with most of these cards, you will normally have a leading edge, and that is fine. It just makes it easier to lift the card over. As you can see, that's called the leading edge. It's when one piece is a bit longer than the other, and you always have that as the front. Okay, we now have our layering piece of, not layering piece, our DSP. This will have to be cut at 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to cut it by 5 first. As you can see, it's quite a large scrap, but it is still a scrap. Okay, trim off the sides. So that's cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I'm going to cut this at 2 1/4 inches. Hang on. 3 1/4 inches. Like so. And then I'm going to flip it over. Now, while that piece is done, I'm actually going to bring in the layering piece and I'm going to come in 1 inch from either side and, let me just check, 1 inch from the top, which is there, and I'm going to score down to the 4-inch mark, which gives me 3 inches. And I'm going to flip that over and do exactly the same again. Move it to 1 inch on the other side of the score. Bring it down from 1 inch down to the 4-inch mark. And then I'm going to cut that across. I've got to line it up there. There we go. That's one piece done. And then flip it round and do the same on this end. Like so, and just pop that piece out. Okay, and I'm going to have to neaten that up just a little bit because I've torn the corner. So there we go. And actually, I only want that to be 2 1/2 inches long, so I'm just going to take that piece off. So now we have a piece that is 2 1/2 inches by it should be, it's 1 7/8 approximately. Okay, pop that aside, and I need a scrap of Whisper White. I've normally got tons of scrap Whisper White sitting over here. Am I going to have a big enough piece there? If I take that off very carefully. Didn't do it carefully enough. Okay, but I've got that piece. Actually, no, I do have another scrap here of, I want layering weight, that's why I didn't grab another piece. So we know that's going to have to be cut at 2 1/4 by 1 5/8. So 1 5/8 and 2 1/4, will give us a perfect layering size. Yep, that's it. Now, I have to bring in, I'm going to use my Timeless Tidings. I actually really like this this stamp set. It's actually, you buy it as part of the pre-cut kit, card kit, where you can make 20 cards, but you use this to decorate the cards. And I really like this set as a standalone, only because of all the sentiments it's got. Okay, I'll bring in a stamp block, and I don't have Garden Green except in a pen, so I'm actually going to use Tranquil Tide, which is a bit darker, and I'm going to stamp that. Make sure I've got a good impression here. And make sure I've got it up the right way. Yep, this is a really nice stamp set. So if I pop that there, no, it didn't come out straight. Okay, if I turn it round, make it upside down. I don't know why I've got a bit of red there. That should come out straighter. Still didn't. We'll do it this way, another scrap. That came out a little bit better, but because I've put it on a large piece, I can actually cut it to size now. So in with the paper trimmer, and I'm going to line that up. Okay, and what did I say I needed at 1 5/8, which would be there, and it's got to be 2 1/4, which it is there. Okay, I'm going to bring this piece in. Oops. I'm surrounded by scraps of paper, which is the reason this card came about. Okay. Even though that's Tranquil Tide, I actually think it looks really nice on the green. Okay, now we're just going to pop all of our card pieces together. So pop that across there, and then line this up so that all of our edges are even. Do the same for this piece. Now I used fairly large scraps, but you can use smaller ones. Just line those up there, and that's stuck to the bottom, but there you go. Now I'm going to bring in my Poppy Parade, and I'm going to pop that across the bottom there, just over where the two pieces join. So we'll flip that over, some there, some there. And because I've got the hole in the middle, I can see approximately where that join is. There we go. So I might actually lift that up just a smidge, like so. Yep, that's better. Okay, now I would normally use dimensionals because I have the ribbon there, but because the centre is hollow and that's only paper, I'm a bit concerned that it might show through. I don't know what happened there, the paper's torn. Okay, so make sure I've got the card the right way up and have an even edge all the way around again, like so. Give that a press down. Now I'm going to pop this down the bottom here on dimensionals. So 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and because I didn't get the sentiment centered on this piece of card, I'm going to drop that down a little further, give it a press, then let's see how we go making bunny ears out of I'm not having much luck here. I shouldn't have cut the ribbon off, I think. I should have left it on the spool. Come on, Karen, get a grip. Wrap it round and push it through. That's better. I'm holding the knot tight while I'm pulling these pieces back through, because then the knot actually doesn't loosen up as you're moving the knot, as you're moving the ribbon. Okay, I'll just give that a bit of a trim without damaging the bow itself. And glue dots. I know they're here somewhere because I was only using them a short time ago. Okay, get rid of that piece. And I'm going to put a few dots on the ribbon, mainly because these dots are old and they do have a habit of drying out if you don't use them within a certain amount of time. So there we go. Now looks like we've got a present on the front of the card. Move all of those aside. So there's the outside of the card. Let's do a little bit of decorating on the inside. So I'm going to bring in May the joy of Christmas, may the warmth of Christmas, sorry. Oh. May the warmth of Christmas fill each corner of your heart and home. So I'll take the backing off there. Line it up as well as I can. And move those aside. Okay, bring in the Tranquil Tide again. Just check that I've got it nicely inked up. And I'm going to pop it down the bottom here. That looks really nice, but I'm also going to bring in the tree, the fir tree. Another look. Okay, and with the Tranquil Tide again, I'm just going to ink and stamp the fir tree down the bottom there. Okay, so what do you think? As I said, I still don't know where my sample card went with the other load of scraps that I used. It's over there somewhere. But what do you think of this one? I think for a scrap card, it turned out really, really nicely. You could add a few bits of bling here and there for that, but I think there's plenty of room inside to write your message. You've got your inside and outside sentiments. I really like this card, and it came together very easily. I hope you've enjoyed today's card and you'll give it a go. So don't forget, use as many of your scraps as possible. That's enough from me for today. Bye bye.